Guys, summers are just around the corner and it is time to buy a brand spanking new AC for your room. And generally, the mistake that we do is we get caught up in some salesman's sweet talk, or we just end up buying the same AC which your friend has brought last week without considering that the features of that particular AC will be useful in our application or not. Well, not to worry, guys, because in this particular video, we are going to talk point wise and help you choose the best AC for your application. And yes, I'm pretty sure that most of these points are completely new. So make sure you stick around till the end of this particular video. Let's start with the first point, that is cooling capacity and cheating in cooling capacity. Now, whenever you check the BEE star rating of your AC, you will generally find a value known as cooling capacity. This is usually 5000, 5100, or if you have larger AC, it might be like 6000 or 7000 watts. And a major misconception that a lot of people have is that as soon as I'm going to plug my AC into the wall outlet and turn it on, my AC is going to draw 5000 or 6000 watts from the grid meter and give me some really huge electricity bills. Well, no, guys. Actually, the cooling capacity of your AC is not its power consumption. In very simple words, this is the way that your AC will transport heat from your room, that is from your indoor to the outdoor area. And in simple words, if the AC has a higher amount of cooling capacity, then it is going to cool down or your room much faster. So this is one scenario that you need to pay attention to. Now, 1 ton AC we generally have a cooling capacity of around 3500 watt. 1.5 ton will have cooling capacity of 5280, that is 5280 watts of energy it can transport from indoor to outdoor. A 2 ton AC will have cooling capacity of 7000 watts. Yes, because watts is the heat for electricity as well as for heat. Although there is a small difference in both of these, but the unit watts is applicable to both of these things. Now, what happened, guys, is that last year slowly some brands started, cheating, or I can say started misleading customers with respect to cooling capacity. Now, as we see, 1.5 ton AC should have technically a cooling capacity of 5280 watts, but slowly they came down to 5000 watts, which was like, okay, so from 5200 we have dropped to 5000 watt. So my AC is going to consume a little less power, but it is also going to consume a little slower, which was okay. But then what happened is that these brands kept dropping down the cooling capacity, and now we have so-called 1.5 ton ACs which are rated at just 4800, even 4600 watts. I'll provide a link to this particular website in the description. So what you can do is you can enter the cooling capacity and convert it to tons. And if we convert 4600 watts of cooling capacity, it comes down to just 1.3 tons. And then I get a lot of complaint that, sir, look, I brought this 1.5 ton AC for my room and it's not making the room properly cooled. So this is the reason which happens, because you've not brought a 1.5 ton AC, you brought a 1.3 ton AC, my friend. So make sure that if you buy a 1.5 ton AC, the minimum cooling capacity is at least 5000 watts. For 1 ton it should be 3500 watts, and for 2 ton it should be double that, which is around 7000 watts. If you are comparing different models and brands of ACs, then there is a little golden tip for you. You can check this particular Google Doc file that I have, which is known as cheat sheet. You will find the link to this file in description or in the first comment. And what I usually do is whenever I mention recommended ACs, in the particular title of that AC, I'll start mentioning the cooling capacity, which will make your sorting very much easy and it will help you find the right product for your application. Next point is power saving, and all of us are interested in power saving, and as a result various brands have started introducing power saving modes into their AC, which is good thing. Also, some brands have started launching solar AC. This has caught many people off guard, because these solar ACs, they do look similar, they are similar to your regular split AC, but they do have some additional hardware that will allow you to plug solar panels and effectively kind of run your AC free using the solar energy. Now, speaking about myself, my other channel, Zen Innovations, is dedicated to green energy, and I have always promoted this idea. But the problem over here is that all these so-called solar ACs are being launched by really small brands. We don't know the future, we don't know their service network. So if you are buying a solar AC, make sure you check out their service centers, make sure you check out the warranty. All right. Or there is one more better option that I can suggest, is you can convert your existing or your new AC into a solar energy, like I'm using one right now, this thing is working for free, believe me. Okay, and the guide to do that is available over here in this particular video. Using this particular method, you can convert your branded AC into a solar energy and run it for free. Next point is room size and tonnage. So if your room is up to around say 90 to 110 or even 120 square feet, then the AC you need is 1 ton. If your room size is 150 to 160, 70, maybe up to 180, if it is very properly sealed, then you should go for a 1.5 ton AC. If you have a larger room, say a hall or something that is in between 200 to 250 square feet, then go with 2 ton AC. If you have an area which is even larger, then you just need to use multiple ACs of 1.5 or 2 ton each. There is a point linked with this that is known as direct sunlight and heat load. Guys, what happens that many times we have these particular appliances or gadgets in our room, such as a gaming PC, a heavy duty mining rig. Some people have a fridge in their particular bedroom, and all of these devices generate heat, and this kind of heat load is going to directly affect the cooling of your AC. There is also one more heat load which you can never avoid, that is known as direct sun. So if you are installing this AC on the top floor where the terrace is constantly bombarded with these heavy sun rays, or if you get a lot of sunlight on your walls, then the heat load of your room is going to go up. So in this case, what you can do is, if your room has a lot of heat load, then you can go with an AC which is one size larger. See, for example, if you have a 150 square feet of area that you need to cool, rather than going with a 1.5 ton model, you can go with 1.8 or even 2 ton model for faster cooling. There's one more golden tip that I remembered, is that various heat reflective and terrace coatings are available. I have also applied this kind of coating on my terrace and the results are pretty good. So you can apply that heat reflective paint, which can help to bring down the electricity bills of your AC as well as help to cool down your room much faster. If you need more information regarding heat reflective paint, then find the video right here in the I button or in the description below. Should you buy an inverter or non-inverter AC? Non-inverter AC is also known as fixed speed AC. And the major difference between both of these two products is in their compressor. An inverter AC uses a variable speed compressor which will intelligently scan the needs, the cooling needs of your room, and ramp up its speed up and down as when required. So once the room is cooled down, the inverter AC can slow down its compressor, and that is how it saves power or electricity. And it is said that around 25% of energy can be saved by using an inverter technology. And speaking about 2024 and beyond, I guess inverter technology has become so mature that it generally does not make any sense to go back to non-inverter or fixed speed AC. Earlier, I may remember 5-6 years ago, even like maybe 7-8 years ago, when these inverter ACs were totally new, there was a huge jump in price. Their spares were very expensive, the service was not available. So back during those days, we used to suggest, like, okay, if you have limited budget, go with non-inverter AC, which is cheaper, simpler, and it's going to, overall it's going to average out any kind of saving which you might get in electricity consumption, because the initial purchase price of non-inverter AC used to be pretty cheap. But that kind of advantage in 2024 and beyond is now lost, because the price of non-inverter and inverter AC is practically same. So I'll suggest that from now on, always go for inverter ACs. Those are the norm right now. Only two category of people can go with non-inverter or fixed speed ACs. One type is if you have a very seasonal use. If you're going to use your AC for say like 3 months and then I'm not even going to look at it, in that case you can go with a non-inverter AC, because anyways you are never going to realize the power savings of an inverter AC, so it does not make sense. Second category would be non-sealed room. If your room, if your doors, if your windows have a lot of gaps in them, if the hot air can come into your room, if you get a lot of dust from those gaps, all right, then again you can go with a non-inverter AC, because your inverter AC, my friend, is never going to have a chance to slow down its compressor and save any kind of power. It's always going to run at 100% because your room is not sealed. All right, so in that case you can go with a non-inverter AC. Let's talk about the next point, that is star rating. Now generally till last year, what I used to suggest is, if you have a lot of use, if you see a lot of use from your AC, like I run it almost all day, like 12 hours, 15 hours, maybe more, in that case go with a 5-star AC. If your use is pretty less, if you only use it for night during the bedtime, go with a 3-star one. And if you want a good compromise between both of these things, then go with a 4-star AC. Now, multiple of my ACs, that is LG dual inverter, all right, and the Samsung Windfree that we are sitting right now in this particular room are 4-star, because they provide a very good compromise between features, and overall you get a very good price on them as well. Now, these kind of points are still valid today, but there has been a change of plans in 2023 and beyond, because what happened is that a lot of brands started pushing these 4-star ACs towards a very specific budget conscious consumer. As a result, these 3-star ACs started compromising on a variety of factors. For example, cooling capacity came down. 1.5 ton AC should have around 5000 watts of cooling capacity, but now companies have started pushing 4800, 4600 watts of cooling capacity in that zone, just to keep the price low for the 3-star consumer. Again, lot of features have been removed. For example, four-way swing, that is the horizontal and vertical swing, has been removed in many 3-star models. Wi-Fi is not present in many 3-star models. 2 years ago it used to be present, but today if you want Wi-Fi, then you have to be choosing at least 4-star or a 5-star model. So apart from the usage, if your usage is more, by all means go with a 5-star AC. But again, if there is a particular feature that you need, for example, if you need Wi-Fi, I use Wi-Fi on my Samsung Windfree, and it is super helpful. Even if I'm outside the house and if my room is hot, before I even enter my house, I can just schedule it to have this cooling done, and when I'm home, the entire room is properly chilled. So there are these features which you cannot replace. So in that case, you may want to go with a 4-star or 5-star model regardless of your use. So in that case, make sure you consider that you are getting the features that you want in your particular 3-star, 4-star or 5-star AC. There is one more confusion which happens, that is related to old star rating stickers. Now, many times when you go online on these various portals, if you go on Amazon or Flipkart and you check, there are these heavy discounts on these particular models. But when you look closely, what happens is that these particular models, although they look like 5-star, they've got all of that 5-star sticker, the star rating of these models are from the previous years. So they are from like 2021, 22, 23, something like that, and they are pretty old models. Even sometimes the authorized dealer will have some kind of old stock and he will try to push that AC onto you. So in my experience, make sure you avoid all this. Make sure you buy the AC which is latest for this particular year. Avoid buying any kind of old stock. If you still have doubts with respect to choosing the particular AC, like Zensor, I'm still so confused on the perfect AC that I need for my particular room, then you can ask me in the comment section. Make sure the comment is in this particular format. You can use the hashtag AskZen and provide these particular details, and I'm going to 100% try my best to answer your queries. Next point is the outdoor unit of your AC. Now, all of us are pretty focused on the indoor unit because that is what we usually see, and the indoor should look like very, very pretty and it should have all the features and options, and that is all right. But outdoor unit of your AC is where its heart, that is the compressor, resides. So make sure you pay good attention towards the outdoor. Now, there are generally two kinds of outdoor condenser coils, which are these hot side coils, also known as heat exchangers. There are two particular types which are available. One is in the pure copper and the other is aluminum. And as we know that copper offers much better conductivity, be it electrical or be it thermal. So make sure that your AC has 100% copper coil, and thankfully most of the brands have started by default offering copper condensers, but make sure you check it once, because in all these various features we sometimes forget the basics. So make sure you check that. To increase the life of AC outdoor coil, that is the condenser coil, many brands have started putting coatings on it. So you get this blue coating, you get ocean black from LG, you get golden coating from some brands, and all of this is pretty good, especially if you live in an area which is polluted. If you live in an industrial area, if you have some kind of drainage or some kind of sewage attachment which is flowing by your house, then make sure you pay special attention to this particular coating so that the life of your outdoor unit may be increased. Next point is stabilizer. And what is this stabilizer free operation? Guys, what happens is that voltage fluctuation has plagued almost each and every home of India, and we cannot predict that this voltage fluctuation, like, oh, it will be like in this and this area, or it will be in this and this time, so I'm going to turn off my AC. You can never predict voltage fluctuation, my friend. And the cost of stabilizer is always cheaper than replacing your AC compressor or its PCB or some kind of important part. So what I suggest is that don't look at those additional 4-5,000 rupees. Make sure, even though if your AC claims to be stabilizer free, always install a good high quality stabilizer with your AC so that you can get some pretty good life out of it. So how to choose the proper stabilizer for your AC? In that case, first you need to pay attention towards the original working range of your AC. Generally, it will be mentioned in the user manual or on the box, and it will say that this AC can work between 150 to 270 volts, for example, in this video. Then what you can do is you can choose a stabilizer which offers a wider protective bubble around this particular range. So say if your AC says 150 to 270 volt, right? Then your stabilizer should be at least 130, okay, wider on this side and again wider on this side, that is 290 volts. So your 150 to 270 AC is protected by a bubble of 130 to 290 volts worth of stabilizer. I also personally use variety of stabilizers, and you can find their reviews in this particular video by going into the I button or into the description. Should you go for a convertible AC or an auto convertible AC? Now guys, as we discussed earlier, the inverter compressor is a variable speed compressor, which means that it can reduce or increase its speed as required depending on the heat of your particular room or depending on your settings. So in a way, each and every inverter AC is an auto convertible AC. It will convert its cooling capacity or its cooling speed, or you can say its RPM, depending on what is required. But what happened is that a lot of brands have started making a marketing gimmick out of this thing and started calling it auto convertible or something like that. Guys, each and every inverter AC is already auto convertible, and you don't need to get caught away by these marketing features, or you don't need to pay premium price for some brand which is saying, oh, auto convertible. It's nothing, it's just your regular inverter technology. All right, make sure you go with a true inverter convertible AC. For example, something like this. Now if you focus on this particular remote, this is my Samsung Windfree and I'm currently running it at 40% capacity. Now what these convertible modes do is that they allow you to manually set the capacity, or you can say set the performance of your AC to 40%, 60%, 80% to get the desired result. And the main benefit of having this option, apart from power savings, yes, for example, if I am alone in my room, it's night time, the room is already cool, then I can very well run it at 40 or 60% and save the power. That is always there. But apart from power savings, the major benefit that I get from this feature is that it allows me to run my AC for free on my solar inverter, which is I am doing right now. Yes, and the cooling effect is very good. So if you plan to use your AC on an off-grid solar setup sometime in the future or even right now, make sure you get a proper true convertible AC. Now there is an extension to this particular feature which is also known as overclockable compressor, also known as expandable cooling. I think LG started introducing this 4 to 5 years back. It was 2020, I guess, or 2021. My LG dual inverters came with this particular feature, and they back in those days they used to call it Himalaya Cool. What these features do is that they allow you to overclock your compressor over and above 100%, and it can go all the way to 110%. Then Samsung brought it and they brought it all the way up to 120%. So what will happen is that, say if your room is pretty hot, if you're like returning from outside and the room is like really stuffy and hot, then you can use this 110 or 120% overclock mode to increase the speed of your compressor, to increase the speed of your cooling beyond normal and get very chilled room in a few minutes like that. It is also helpful if you say have a party or if you have guests and there are a lot of people crammed in one room, and if you're feeling suffocated and stuffy, you can increase the overclock of your AC and get very fast cooling in that way as well. So this is again a feature that you need to look out for whenever you are buying a next AC. Next point here is special features. Now each and every brand is trying to distinguish themselves. Now the basic task of any air conditioner is to offer cooling. All right, that is the thing. But apart from cooling, there are many features that you can look out for. For example, the air that we breathe today has become so polluted. Even if you don't need cooling, many times I just run my AC on fan mode just because it works as an air purifier and it can purify air. You can again augment this purification by using 3M AC filters, as I explained in this particular video. So you can go with additional air purification where there are some large filters provided by the brand installed on your AC. You can go with hot and cold AC, which will also provide heating during winters. You can go with Wi-Fi. This is something which I really love, and I guess we talked about this particular thing, and this thing has really spoiled me. So you can go with Wi-Fi. So all of these things you can go for with your next AC and have a truly luxurious experience. Again, if you want to check the review of my Samsung Windfree, then you can find the video card right here. You can check the video from I button or from description below. Should you buy your AC online or offline? Guys, I'll say check both the options and buy from wherever you're comfortable. See, if you find your favorite AC in a particular shop which is well known to you, by all means buy it right there. Okay, but if you don't find your favorite AC or your favorite model or the particular feature that you want in the AC, then you can go online. Many portals are available. You can go to Amazon, Flipkart, there's Chroma, there's variety of other things. The plus point of these portals is that they often have some kind of offer or some kind of coupon, and sometimes you can find that the prices on these particular portals are cheaper than ones that are available in the shop. And if you are buying your AC online, in the description or in the first comment on this video, I'll provide some kind of affiliate link. Whenever possible, if you're buying the AC online, buy it from those affiliate links because it helps the channel and your purchase price is anyways going to be the same. So make sure you research both of these places and buy from wherever you feel right. Next point is service center. Look, now the AC that you need to buy, you'll visit the showroom only once, maybe twice, and once it is done, the repeated visit will be from the service center. For example, if you want to clean your AC, if you want to repair it, then service center is one thing which is very important. So before buying the AC, make sure that the particular brand you are buying has a good service center in your area. That is one thing you need to check. Next point is warranty. Now generally brands advertise their warranty like, oh, like 5 years or 10 years. But if you look at the fine print, that warranty applies only to the compressor. And compressor is generally this kind of component which never goes bad. The component which usually goes bad is known as the PCB. It is basically a large motherboard, or you can see a driver board, which is installed in the outdoor unit. And this is the most sensitive component, especially when it comes to inverter PCBs, to inverter ACs. So make sure apart from the compressor, your PCB is also covered at least for 5 years. Some ACs will also offer a comprehensive warranty. Now my Samsung Windfree, this particular one, when I brought it a year or two ago, it came with 5-year comprehensive warranty. Comprehensive warranty is the best kind of warranty. So apart from PCB and the compressor, it also covers your indoor unit. So for example, the motors, the sensors, you know, the variety of swing motors and all of that, that is also covered. So if you get a brand or a model with comprehensive warranty, by all means go with it. If you don't get it, then at least make sure that you have a PCB warranty that is of 5 years. One more golden tip, whenever you install your AC, if you want to preserve this warranty, make sure you get it done from the authorized service center. A lot of us people end up installing the ACs from local technician just because it is a little bit cheaper, and as a result that particular warranty is lost. So make sure you install it from the authorized person only. And yes, when it comes to installation, let me tell you that 50% of your AC's life is with the installation. So I have made this neat little guide over here. Make sure you check on it, click it and watch it completely, because apart from buying a good AC, installing properly is also very important. So that's it in this particular video, guys. I hope you liked the video. Take care and have a nice day.